Great to have your company. This is our
back. Is this our first two blokes?
Tech
is that right?
in the new studio.
Oh wow!
Welcome
everyone. Check it out. Go to a two-shot, mate. Come on.
Oh, okay. It's on
Go
auto,
to a two-shot.
Mate, we're in the Two Blokes Talking Tech. I don't need to control anything.
You've gone back to auto.
Yeah, please leave me. I don't want to be in charge.
No calls.
I don't want to be in charge of anything.
So look, nothing here. Look, my Stormtrooper's gone. My South stuff's gone. Oh, you still got your F1 up there, mate.
Oscar's
That's all
here.
good. Oscar's still there.
You can still see him.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the new look.
New setup. Well, if you've watched the EV show, it's
spoiler alert.
A little bit of a green background of the EV show. So this is the blue show, which is
I'm still sad.
Blue because of the colour, not because of the language.
I'm sad that we can't do the movie show because I think the movie background I created is really
movie
cool.
background's very nice, I've got to say. Yeah. We have to use that for a thumbnail or something, I reckon.
We probably should.
Yeah.
It's
a shame, eh? Because we use so much audio, it sort of get a copyright strike on YouTube.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like the only thing we
just strip out all the audio.
The only thing we do is publish the first 15 minutes because there's no audio. It's just us talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Right up until the run through.
Okay. And if you want to hear the full show, then you switch to audio.
Yeah, like if we recorded a little ending, so if you want to hear the full podcast, subscribe now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
That's an idea.
I'm not sure.
You're just desperate to get your background up in video, aren't you? I agree. It's
I could
great.
just put it up now.
Looks really nice.
I could just put it up now.
Don't do it now.
Don't spoil it.
No, don't spoil it.
Okay, fair enough.
Looks very good. But
anyway, we're
fully background now.
Is it amazing how many people say to you, "Oh, how are you going with the jet lag?"
Yeah,
because I don't get jet lag.
I don't get jet lag either. I'm good. And it's funny, we travel with other people that travel a lot, and I find that you and I are a bit more savvy in terms of planning our sleep and on our flights and waking up and arriving and at our destination and back home again in pretty decent shape.
Now, I understand if you can't sleep on a plane, this advice doesn't help, but America's the easiest place to go to because you take off in the daytime in Australia, watch a few shows, have a meal, sleep. Yeah. Because then you land in the morning.
Yeah. And it's like...
And you've had a sleep.
So how I plan that...
And on the way back, you leave at night, have a sleep. And you wake up in the morning.
Australia, yeah, true.
It's so easy.
I know. It's not easy for everyone, though. Like I find that I need to have earplugs. Do you have any earplugs or anything in your ear?
I'll either keep headphones on or I'll just...
Yeah, I have to have earplugs in. So it says to block out the drone of the engine. That sort of helps me drift off if I'm got that blocked off. Because I find that if I'm wearing noise-cancelling headphones and you're tired, you tend to nod off because that sound is not interrupting your natural body's tendency to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But... Going to the US, I try to sleep the second half of the flight.
Yep.
And so that, like you said, you land at 6 a.m. I plan waking up like about an hour before they serve you breakfast or around the time breakfast is served, and you're in the zone already. That'll get you through to the night. You might not have had an 8-hour sleep, but at least you got something under your belt. But coming home, I came home from New York via Auckland. First time I've done that. So we avoided LA altogether. New York direct to Auckland, then Auckland to Sydney. And so the New York to Auckland leg, nearly 17 hours. So that was plenty of time to watch some stuff. In the middle of that flight, I sort of sacked out for about 5-6 hours. And so I was up, landed in Auckland a few hours after that, and then soldiered on tonight when I was in Sydney, and then I'm back in the rhythm.
Oh, mate, so I think the caveat to the sleeping advice for me is I can operate on 4 hours sleep in the day.
Yeah,
so
same.
Even if I land in America with just 4 hours on a plane, I'm still good for the whole day.
Yep.
So if you're not like that, it's not going to work. Yeah. But mate, I slept for the 5-hour flight from New York to LA. I slept 4 hours. And for the 12, 13-hour flight back,
so are you
and I slept the whole way.
We should also preface this by saying that when we travel, it's usually business class. So we normally we've got a big seat. We can do you lay down or do you sort of more of a recliner
I try and
man?
lay as far as I can. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a flat bed guy.
Yeah, I'm head under the pillow.
Yeah, I'm flat. I'm a flat guy too. Sometimes an incline is like a recliner sleep is not bad. Yeah.
Also, I can sleep in economy. I just need a window. As long as I've got the window and I just take a jump.
You can lean against it.
I'll just lean against the wall.
Really? Yeah. I don't go economy, mate. Yeah, no, I do go sometimes. On a domestic flight.
Yes, I do economy. That's
righto.
And family trips because I can't afford. There's so many of the bloody kids.
Premium economy, mate. It's not bad. premium.
very expensive.
Joe and I, Trev, when we did our Europe, we did Emirates Premium Economy, which I got to say is like business class on other airlines. Premium Economy on Emirates is really nice.
Yeah.
And because it was just Joe and I, we had our own little seats together, and we were sort of separated from everyone else anyway, which is kind of
Just cuddling up over there.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. You should fly Qatar, get the middle row, the
love
double
seat. Is that right? The love seat.
Ooh. Yeah. All right, that's enough rubbish business class talk from us. Let's do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com
Really handy device.
and Stephen Fennick from TechGuide.com.au.
Oh, it's lovely to be with you, Stephen.
Yes.
Two Blokes Talking Tech. Episode 692.
Getting closer.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
It means we're about 8 weeks away from the next iPhone, based on the assumptions we made in a previous calculation.
So how's that? Coming up, we're going to have the 200th movie show.
Yep.
And the 700th Two Blokes Talking Tech show.
Yeah.
It's all about milestones around here.
Milestones for days. Milestones for days. Thanks to great people at Netgear and Arlo. They're gone now. Netgear and Arlo, we appreciate their support, and we hope you support them like they support us, because without them, we probably wouldn't bother.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing for nothing, they say.
I don't know if you've noticed, but all of our podcasts sponsored.
2 sponsors each. That's it.
Because
that's how we operate.
We're not here for the games.
Well, I could get away with being here for my looks. I don't know about you.
I don't know that you.
We're not here. I'm not here for my looks. I'm here for my brain. For what's up here, folks? What's up here? What's your excuse, Trev?
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of it. I don't know what it is. My ability to make up what's not up here.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Just talk on your feet.
I was thinking, this came to me during the Samsung announcement we were at last week in Brooklyn.
Yes.
We were sitting without a buffer zone.
Yeah, geez, it was very small seats. It was like kindergarten
bunch
seats.
Bunch of Koreans measured those seats and went, these will be fine.
These are great. Not
and then
for these big fat Aussies.
2 big Aussies came in and went, whoa, these seats are tight.
A bit tight.
Anyway, buffer zone not required. We were sitting there and they were talking about Google came on stage again because, pretty much Samsung and Google are now working hand in hand with their devices and software and all that sort of stuff. Because, 2 years ago it was, we've done Galaxy AI, and then we found out that Circle to Search was just Google, and then they went, we may as well just bring Google into the thing, right?
Yeah.
But there was this moment where, and I don't know what they were talking about, but they mentioned Google Assistant in the sense of, you're talking to Gemini, you press the button and it's your Google Assistant. They used words to that effect. And I thought, hang on a minute, what? This was the first time I'd heard Google say the words Google Assistant for years, right? Because we've gotten to this point now where we're in this AI arms race. Yeah. So you got ChatGPT, and Gemini is Google's, your Copilot from Microsoft. Gemini, right?
Yeah.
That's Google's AI play. You go to gemini.google.com. That's their AI play. Then you got the Gemini app on your iPhone or your Android phone, and it's awesome because it's just like ChatGPT. You can talk to it and just have a conversation like it's a real person, just back and forth. It's phenomenal, right? But mate, Google Assistant at home. We've got we got a Google speaker, like a Google Nest Hub, the smaller one.
Yep. I've got
in the kitchen, dining room.
Yep.
And it's really there so I can see the time. It's really there so that I know if the news is about to come on.
Yep. I've got on my bedside table too, and one other one in downstairs,
And if I say to it, hello, and the name of the company, because I don't want to set people's speakers off right now, I can ask it to play a song or tell me the time or set an alarm or do these things. But if I say to it, hey, what do you think is the chances of this happening and and who, it's going to go, whoa, what are you talking about?
Slow down, baby. Yeah.
Because it's not smart. Like in the world
it's
of
not multimodal.
2025, it's not smart, right?
Right.
So
it's basic commands, basic requests.
We know that Amazon is the same. Amazon Alexa is pretty much the same. It's a bit dumb, but they've announced at least that there will be a smart version of it, and I assume we'll get that in Australia.
Yeah.
Which we assume
an enhanced Alexa
may also have a subscription. You might pay a high. Maybe you've got to be a Prime member or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we know that Amazon's thinking about making Alexa smart enough or smart as an AI assistant. Where's Google at with this? Because right now today, you cannot walk into a Harvey Norman or a JB Hi-Fi store.
They've gone.
And buy a Google smart speaker.
And we even did a bit looked online. The closest we could get was Google's own online store. So through retail, they've disappeared.
Yeah.
So the smart home is not, I won't say stagnated, but remember years ago when smart speakers, it was everything.
Yeah.
Everyone was buying a smart speaker. So have we reached our saturation point? Has everyone that wanted a smart speaker now got one? And so there's less demand for it? Or has the whole thing just sort of stagnated a bit and sort of there's nowhere further for us to go?
In part, I blame the smart home companies because we had this approach that was very siloed where great products on Apple HomeKit, but then you'd have these little light bulbs that didn't work on HomeKit. They only worked on Amazon Alexa and Google.
Yeah.
And then we got this
Matter,
big promise of Matter, which was all these smart home companies, including Apple and Samsung, coming together and going, we're going to make it easier. We're going to make it all work across all devices and all this kind of cool stuff. And that exists now, and there are Matter-supported devices.
That's working, yeah. Like you'll find you buy the Nano Lease you bought and all the lights and stuff you buy now are all Matter-enabled.
But I don't think it's made any difference to the simplicity of setting up a smart home.
Yeah.
And I don't think the demand for smart home is even growing. I think that all those, you got to remember Google when they first brought the little Nest Minis, the little smart speakers into Australia, they did this big promo with Woolworths. And I reckon they probably gave away hundreds of thousands of them, right?
Yep.
And that's why they're the dominant player in Australia, right? No question in my mind.
Still,
they're promo.
Even though you can't buy one.
Well, I don't think people are rushing out to get Alexas like Amazon might hope they are.
Right.
So the dominant player in Australia was Google.
Okay.
The dominant use, by all the studies, the dominant use was music.
Yep.
Just play me music.
Yeah.
And so, and then you got HomePod, the big one discontinued. The little one's cool, but, how great
Mini.
really is it? Because it does, like the HomePod Mini, you can't listen to Australian radio stations on because they've only done a deal with a couple of them, the ABC and stuff. Like it's just not the perfect product. It's great if you listen to Apple Music and you want that in your room.
Yeah.
It's a great product.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it was 2013 we moved into our house. That's 12 years ago. And I put in Wemo switches and it was a smart home, right? Garage door openers, all these things.
Yeah.
I don't think we've come any further today
really?
than we were 10 years ago. Genuinely.
Well, do you think that it's become now that sort of they've taken their eye off that ball and they're all more focused on their mobile AI solution? I know Gemini is the one that's really, I think, taken up most of their time.
No doubt.
And they're developing it, going into partnership with Samsung and creating an app for iPhone users and all that as well. So is Gemini now evolving into taking over from Google Assistant? There will maybe no longer be a Google Assistant. It'll be all Gemini.
I think the Google Assistant of the future is Gemini. Yeah, I think that I don't think their modern smart speakers will work with it, but I think there will come a time where Google announces Gemini-supported speakers. So you look at like the JBL speaker that I've got that has Google and Amazon built in. I think you'll find that it'll have Gemini built in.
Yeah.
And you'll link your Gemini. See, this is the problem with Google. They're so siloed that, and this has always been the case, they have these cool ideas and then they launch them and then they retract them and delete them and all this kind of stuff. So you've got this Gemini team, but they're not talking to the Google Assistant team. And so, like, for example, in the Google Home app, great app to link your Chromecast and do all your stuff. You can't. Can you link your Gemini account?
No.
You probably can't, right? And so you need to make sure that Gemini can be part of the Google Home account and app so that when you have a smart speaker, Gemini, like if you're paying money for Gemini, I want my smart speaker to do the cool stuff that Gemini can. So
you
that
want
I
it
can
accessible wherever you want.
Why can't I have a conversation with my smart speaker?
Because it's all exclusively through your phone at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. But I heard an interesting term, I don't know whether this got much to do with it, that AI is the new UI. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
So AI is now, like instead of having Google Assistant and Gemini and this and that, it's now all AI. So I think Gemini sort of become the new top dog in the yard that's going to be the go-to for not just AI but for everything.
Yeah.
And how Google Assistant was kind of the second grader, the second grade player who's now going to be dropped for forever to take because Gemini's so good.
Yeah. I just think
is that how you see it?
From a branding perspective, I just don't think Gemini's for the mainstream.
Yeah.
Gemini's cool for people that are nerding out on ChatGPT and stuff. But for the average mum and dad who have a smart speaker in their home that they're saying, hey, Google, set an alarm or set a timer for the pastor or whatever it is, why can't I ask a speaker about how long it normally takes to boil pasta, and then after you've finished with that, ask it to set an alarm. And I do think, and because I've been using the Samsung, we'll talk about that later, but I do think that the interoperability of the Gemini, in the way I can say set an alarm for 1:46 p.m. and then set another one for 5 minutes later, and it just knows, it works it out.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. That's what we've talked about. That's what Siri's missing, right? Those smarts. But this smart, the fact that JB Hi-Fi doesn't sell Google speakers anymore means Amazon's got this leg up. So they probably are growing market share in Australia.
Smart speaker on JB's website. It's all Amazon stuff.
And the question is, when does their advanced Alexa come out? Yeah. And is it a subscription? And is it going to be as good as your Gemini and ChatGPT as a voice assistant?
Is this also to Google's way of maybe trying to attract more people to Android? Because
the Gemini app's available on iPhone.
Yeah, I know, but if you wanted to sort of be, I guess whole home could work. Your phone's in your pocket or at home too. I'm just trying to see whether there's some sort of long-term goal they've got with Gemini to sort of be the. Obviously, as you said, there's an AI arms race, and Gemini seems to be pretty much,
and they're pretty proud of that, right? The guy that stood up on stage at the Samsung event, I've seen him before. They talk about how all the main benchmarking metrics for AI, none of which we understand, have Gemini as number one in different ways of calculating and all this kind of stuff.
You mentioned also Apple before. Now you look at Copilot, so Microsoft, their play is Copilot in their computers, right? Gemini in their smartphones. Tablets maybe as well.
And also in their workspaces,
Workspaces. Also, Apple has got Apple Intelligence in their laptops, phones, iPads. So they're sort of, that's their play. Amazon is mainly the speakers, isn't it? Speakers.
When it launches, it'll be the most personal of them all.
Yeah. Because so is Amazon then?
Amazon may have
they got the advantage in the home space.
When they come to market, they may actually have the advantage because they're the first ones to actually bring AI into the home. Now, there could also be a fear factor here where these companies are worried about bringing AI into the home, because you think about all the dramas when smart speakers first launched. It was like, it's listening to me and it's doing this and so all that's going to come up again. When you bring AI into it, it becomes even more scary for people, right?
Yeah.
But you've got to remember also, Google and Microsoft businesses, their business is selling their workspace suites to corporations. So I believe the Dine, I'm not a Dine employee, so I don't have a login, but I'm pretty sure they work on Google. Everyone's got a Gmail account that looks like Channel 9. I should, because he does. Microsoft, if you're a Microsoft organization, you've got Microsoft 365, you're using Teams, you're using Outlook, you're probably then using Copilot, because they want these to be a thing that per license, if you've got 5,000 employees,
it's an attach rate. You want an attachment to it.
You want to charge them $1 per employee per month for Gemini. That's what they want to do. So actually their focus is on what they can monetize, which is the enterprise, the corporate level, as opposed to being a focus on the home. Maybe that's the issue, is they're focusing more on the business than the home.
So is it then going back to sort of the home sort of going as far as it can go at the moment then with the smart, in terms of smart speakers?
Well,
what else can you do?
Think about the smart home.
Turn on a light with your voice.
Forget the speaker and go, okay, where are we at with the smart home? Honestly, it's cool that I can turn off a light.
You do it here?
With a thing. Yeah, I do it here because I'm the only one here.
Yeah.
If this was my home, I might have some routine set up, but no one in my house is going to use it.
Yeah.
So I think that the people that we have reached a plateau where the people that want a smart home, the early adopter, they've got it.
Yeah.
They're using it. Yeah. They know how it works.
And it's not going any further than that.
Lights are good. And what more do you want than lights and, interactive TVs or something?
Whereas AI is in your pocket. It's everywhere with you, not just at home. So I think you probably get closer to that tech than something that's only with you not with you when you leave your home.
Imagine a solid Alexa or Google or Siri smart speaker that works with Samsung SmartThings. Yeah. Because I would argue, and I said this to you off air, I think Samsung's done more for smart home in the last 2 years than anyone else. Yeah. The way they promote it, the way they talk about it. So let's say you can address a Google speaker or a Gemini account or an app, and it's interacting with your SmartThings, and you could say, hey, next time I leave home, can you make sure to turn the lights off? But at night time, can you turn the lounge room light on? And then from 7 p.m. till 6 a.m., can you make sure the Arlo system is armed?
Yeah. That's possible.
Should be how I communicate with a
multimodal.
smart speaker.
Yeah.
Well, multimodal is more about photo and video and speech, whereas this is just more its ability to do multiple things.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? We should be able to talk like that to our smart assistant who interacts with our smart home.
Yeah, well, that's what we're seeing with AI on our phone. So you're right to assume that should be something that's possible in our homes as well.
Yeah,
and utilising the stuff that's already connected to the network.
Yeah.
So it knows that there's a light, it knows that there's a camera, it knows there's a doorbell, it knows all of that.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, maybe we haven't. Is there like plans for this to sort of resurge, to come back?
I don't know. Are we in the middle of it? Like, is it the fact that it's kind of we're literally in this dead zone where it's all once they all get their stuff together?
Yeah.
You know, once Google feels like they've got Gemini to a point where at an enterprise level it's ready to go, at an interactive level it's ready to go, and they can switch on the smart speaker side of it, do we then have a resurgence? Do they announce, you know, in the 2026 Pixel announcement, do they also announce new smart speakers? I don't think it'll be this year.
Well, they'd have to have Gemini in them on board. A flavour.
You can't announce a new smart speaker without AI.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing.
The other rumour too is that Apple is apparently preparing a HomePod with a screen.
Yeah, that's
been around for a while.
I'll tell you when that rumour started. Yeah. It was before iOS, I think 17.
Yeah.
And what someone saw was they saw the standby mode.
Ah, yeah, right. Yeah.
They saw that the standby mode in a briefing or in a whatever, and it got leaked. And so someone thought that was a smart speaker, but it's not. It's just your phone. Your phone.
But don't you reckon they should have that though?
No.
You don't reckon they'd have a screen?
Honestly, the screens on smart speakers are only good for me for a clock.
Yeah, true.
The number of people that are using them really to get a recipe, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But again, think about the recipe. It's such a regular example for all of them, Amazon and Google, to put a speaker in there. You're at the kitchen, you're cooking, you got flour on your hands. Just follow the recipe. Well, wouldn't it be easier if your smart assistant was just talking to you? I don't want to read it. Okay.
You want to see a picture maybe or something?
No, I don't want to see anything. I don't need a screen. I just need someone smart next to me, and that is my assistant.
You got one right now, mate.
Not now. So what was the next ingredient I need to add?
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. I've put too much flour in. How can I fix it? You just want to have a conversation about the recipe.
But at the same time, I did like, and we'll touch on Samsung again later, I do like the fact that the cameras are now helping with that, the whole thing, so they can know your surroundings, see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And so
same with Apple Visual Intelligence. They're all doing it, right?
How would that be useful in your home though? How can a smart speaker couldn't really, unless you use your phone as the device to make that query?
Well, they're two different.
Yeah, there was an ad on, I think Google had an ad. Was it a Gemini ad? Where, remember, the guy was cooking something. He goes, you put too much sugar in that. Let's turn it into cookies or something now. And how does this look right? And it was doing everything just visually.
Yeah.
So that's through the phone.
You don't need a speaker to do that.
No, a phone could do that, I guess.
A phone can do that.
Yeah. That's
essentially the deal with that.
Not if you've got all crap on your hands, but.
No, but that's why the speaker and the assistant. You've got to spend time. If you haven't done it, folks, download ChatGPT or Gemini and use the voice AI. It's remarkable to have a conversation that feels like you're talking to a real person. That you're talking about a topic, you're talking about your phone, you're talking about whatever. Like the smarts of the voice, the intelligence, literally, of that voice is so far beyond what we've had in our homes thus far that it is either fear driving it or we are just waiting. We're in the dead spot and we're waiting for it to happen.
You can have a relationship, but the problem with that, mate, is that they're artificial. It's artificial. That was supposed to be a joke in case you were wondering. But
most of my relationships are artificial.
I think, I reckon I think we're at a bit of a crossroads here. Yeah. There is, the AI, smart home, it's all merging. Yeah. It's all coming to, there's going to be a fork, not a fork, a merge in the road. So 2 lanes coming into one. And
so you think that we are in this kind of paused moment. We're in this black hole before the AI revolution
before
hits
the storm.
Home.
Yeah,
it has to hit home.
Well, because you got to
maybe it's the thing that smart home has needed.
Well, I think sort of having it on your phones first of all is a great introduction to it. Sort of you're getting to know each other.
I just don't think people are using it.
The AI.
Yeah. Mate, when you dig into the numbers, like you talk to Samsung about what's working, circle or search. It's simple, silly stuff like that. If they're not actually digging deep into these amazing large language model.
Yeah. But you got to
AIs.
remember too that the big thing with smartphone AI is that it's on device.
Yeah.
So the device has to be up there to handle it. So not everyone has a device that can do it. And the device they has made their AI is a lot maybe pared back than what maybe another person's AI would be. So isn't that a factor as well? Like the use of it hasn't filtered down further enough to the user base to be something that's a mainstream product?
You might have just nailed something that is the reason why we haven't yet gotten to AI in the home, and that is because
you need processing power.
Because the smart speakers need to come out that have processing power. Because the fear will be, if you bring AI into the home, the fear will be that everything in the home is leaving the home, like it always has been with smart speakers. So they need to be able to say, actually, no, all of this is happening.
It's all there, not going anywhere.
Without an internet connection.
So it's all, well, there you have it. That could be, but that's your phone then, isn't it?
But
you
the
have
questions
your phone do
that people ask, but I don't want to have people don't want to carry their phone around their home to ask about, trivia questions and just things that they're asking as a family. You don't want to always be on your phone.
That might be the factor. So the smart speaker, the next version of a smart speaker that's got AI on board, has the super processor in it. Like a secure enclave, so all your information.
But it's also going to need to be able to differentiate what, like you think about Apple's private cloud compute and all that stuff. It's still using the cloud, right? Yeah. People will still want to know when it's using the cloud and when it's using local, because if you ask it for knowledge, well, it can't have that on board, right? Yeah. The large language model can't have knowledge on board. Yeah. Can it?
So it's going to go out. Yeah.
It has
but the processing of calculations and the thinking and the actual intelligence, that's all on device. Yes. But you're talking
I'm talking about the things that you interact with. Yes.
The data is often, of course. That's on your phone too, isn't it? And it tells you that it needs to go off device to do it.
It doesn't specifically tell you unless it's saying Apple Intelligence probably does it better than anyone else because they say we need to use ChatGPT.
They're a bit more transparent, aren't they, with that? Yeah. Yeah. But that's the other thing too, is that you mentioned too, the people's fears that AI, all the stuff's going out of their house, that we need that transparency as well to when this new generation of speaker, if it ever arrives, they're assured of security, privacy, all those things that are important to customers with their phones, because the speaker at home will be just as personal to you as your phone. You're talking it, asking various things, and so I think that's probably why we're seeing a little bit of a gap in the production of release of products, because they're working on this next level of product.
All right, so the two blokes agree that we're in a gap, we're in a black hole between the AI race and the smart home. Yep. And that we're probably going to see something pretty big happen in the smart home space in the next 18 months.
Next year or two, I'd say.
It feels like about the time frame.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like once they get their act together on our devices, then that's a great proving ground for the speaker, don't you reckon? So if they can get it right there, then speaker they can do on their ear.
They also would know every request that's being made on speakers versus phones, so they'd be able to work out what the challenging points are. Yeah, we'd love to know what you think. I don't know. I just feel like the smart home has stalled.
Yeah, a little bit. You still see a lot of product out there, though, like a lot of lights and like there's whole sections in JB and Harvey's and all the smart lights and smart switches and cameras. They're still there, but our management of the smart systems, you mean through the speakers, that's sort of changing. It's mainly through your phone that people are controlling things.
Even those products, though, have reached a peak.
Well, what more can a smart light do than be brighter or different? I don't know. Like what
That's
can you do
right?
different? Yeah,
I think it's all about matter and what that brought to the table, making it easy to set up, easy to use, easy to support.
Yeah.
And then you got people like me who've got a bunch of old stuff in the home, and you got to go there's still very few actual switches. You can't get a light switch. Yeah. Those Wemo products that were around 13 years ago, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, no. And they don't make them anymore in Australia either,
no,
do
they don't.
Yeah.
No.
Too smart for their own good.
That's the way Belkin operates. All right, two blokes talking tech. I don't know. I think the smart home has stalled. That's how I'd call it.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by our great mates at Arlo. Support Arlo. They've been a great supporter of the Two Blokes, so support them like they've supported us. Arlo, you talk about Arlo, and it's all about, we talk about their cameras and doorbells, and it's all about safety and convenience and security. But they also bring up another point about how they can be used to stay connected to loved ones. If you have, say, older parents, grandparents, you want to keep them in their own home for as long as they want. They want to stay independent, but there are ways for you to have peace of mind knowing that you can check in on them, check that they're okay. Without any dramas with you can have the solar panels and stuff. So for your from wired to wireless and solar panels for flexible power solutions as well. And you can also share access to those cameras with the family. So say, for example, I've set up cameras at my mum's house. I can share access to that with my brothers, and they can check in on mum as well as I could. So this is sort of the thinking of them being just purely for security, and they are, but there's a whole new way of looking at a new use of the products. If you do have maybe some loved ones you need to keep an eye on, they want to stay independent, they want to stay in their own homes, but with these products they're able to keep that independence, but you can also be there for them when you need to. So really good having that sort of smart AI for peace of mind, and you'll be able to get alerts and know who's knocking on their door and various things like that, so you can sort of help them keep an eye on things as well, know whose car is on the property and stuff like that. So anything you can do, and of course too for the safety, like fire and smoke alarm detection as well, fire, flame detection, smoke alarm detection. These all add up to giving you a bit of peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are okay, and also for your own home to make sure your place is secure as well. Check it all out at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Well, we're about to find out in the next 30 days whether Stephen has sleep apnea. Wake up, Jeff.
Sorry, what were you talking about?
Now, this was a feature announced late last year on Apple Watch Series 9, 10 and Ultra 2. Launched already in America, but needed TGA approval in Australia. It got that a month or so ago. Yeah. But as always, TGA approval is one thing, and then it needs to be rolled out as software. But at the time of recording, it launched today. So if you've got an Apple Watch and you're listening to this,
Apple Watch Series 9, Apple Watch Series 10 and Apple Watch Ultra 2.
You can now update your WatchOS 11 to include the sleep apnea feature. Now, what it is it's an add-on to the sleep feature. So you need to firstly opt into tracking your sleep and having that kind of tracked on a daily basis. You obviously need to wear your watch in bed. And I clarified this because I did an interview with Dr. Matt Bianchi, who is a clinical researcher with Apple. So he's a doctor working at Apple. They have doctors working on all the different health products. Remarkable thing when you think about it.
Yeah.
And he confirmed to me that it needs 10 days of use in a 30-day period.
Over 30 days, yeah.
So you use it 10 times at least in 30 days, and you can get a notification of sleep apnea. A sleep apnea notification, essentially. Yeah. It's an alert of breathing disturbances. So that's what it is. It's tracking breathing disturbances. Now, I said to him, mate, people are going to freak out because I assume sleep apnea is, snoring is a key sign, right?
Yeah.
But it's not listening.
No, it's just it's the disturbance that it's
your wrist
using the accelerometer.
It's your wrist feeling you breathe.
Yeah.
Isn't that remarkable? So you're lying in bed and you're breathing. That's good stuff. And your watch is detecting your breathing.
Any movement,
But any movement isn't just you moving around. It's literally your
But isn't the breathing disturbance also movement? It's slight movement is a breathing disturbance.
Movement is your breath.
Yes.
So this is how detailed the watch is. It's detecting the movement of your lungs at your wrist.
Through your wrist.
Isn't that remarkable?
It is.
And so what it's looking for is obviously for that to stop, because sleep apnea is
because the less disturbance means the better you're sleeping. Correct. And less sleep apnea is all about breathing in waking up so often because you stop breathing.
No, it's the opposite. Sleep apnea is you stop breathing. So it's the lack of a disturbance. So the disturbance should be regular.
What about if you're a really deep sleeper? And there's lack of disturbance.
But your breath is the disturbance.
Okay, so with the less disturbance means more chance you've got sleep apnea.
Yes. is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
if it picks up a moment where you'd had all these breaths regularly, and then there was this moment where there was none, and then you had all these breaths again, and there was a moment where that's like, whoa, this looks like a lively candidate for sleep apnea here.
Okay, so it's a lot, not like you said, it's not registering sound.
No.
It's the breathing disturbances.
That's right.
Right. So if your regular breathing means that you're sleeping soundly, but if your breath suddenly stops, then that's potentially sleep apnea.
That's right.
Because that's the whole thing about sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You stop breathing.
And it's funny, I thought sleep apnea was all about like, kind of, this sounds morbid, but dying in your sleep. But actually it's more about, it can cause things like type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
It can cause shortness of life or a shortening of lifespan is what they say. And, it's very easy to get tested. But the numbers, again, this Dr. Matt Bianchi said to me, it's estimated there are 1 billion people
unaware of it
on Earth who have sleep apnea. 80% are undiagnosed.
Don't know it. Yeah.
And the numbers in Australia, I did a little bit of research. It's like 1 in 4 men over 30. Because I think
1 in 4 men over 30.
Something like that.
Yep.
It's a big problem, right?
Yeah.
It's a big problem.
That's
and
a quarter.
What they're trying to do here is essentially, they're not trying to solve it. An Apple Watch cannot solve your sleep apnea.
No.
But what they want you to do is go, hey, just like you get an atrial AFib alert, regular heart rhythm and those kind of alerts.
It doesn't
they just want to say,
it doesn't say you got heart disease.
We think you've got a problem. Go see a doctor.
Well, it says it's detecting signs of sleep apnea.
That's right.
Not sleep apnea. So, and it also says in the fine print that the breathing disturbances could mean you don't have sleep apnea. It could be something else.
You've got to go and get diagnosed then.
But what this does, it gives you something to take to your doctor to say, look, I need to, according to my Apple Watch, I may have mild sleep apnea or I might have severe sleep apnea, signs thereof of that. So I need to get properly diagnosed and tested.
Now, what's fascinating is the Apple Watch is the first watch in Australia to be available with the sleep apnea feature, but mine's over there, but you're wearing the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic and the Watch 8. They also have the sleep apnea feature, which is also TGA approved, but they're not on sale till August. Now, I don't think Apple knew that was happening, but
August 1,
Samsung joins the party. Now, I set this up last night on the Samsung Watch, and it will be a very similar process to Apple because again, Matt Bianchi said to me, he said, you've got to be onboarded. So essentially, you've got to be an adult.
Yeah.
So you've
got to be over 18.
If you've got a kid wearing a Apple Watch, it won't ask. It won't let them. You've got to be over 18 and you've got to have no diagnosis. So it's not going to do a sleep apnea diagnosis on someone who's already been diagnosed.
Ah, right. So you can't just think, I'm going to try again and see if it.
Let's be honest. You could just click.
You've either got it or not.
You could just click, I haven't been diagnosed and it'll work. But anyway.
Right. But what you're trying to say is that if it says you've got potentially severe sleep apnea, you're not going to try then next month and go, I'm going to see if I can beat it.
No.
You are what you are.
No, but what it's saying is if you've been diagnosed by a doctor as having sleep apnea, don't use the watch to
prove it
otherwise.
Wrong. Okay.
Do not.
I thought you meant that you can't.
No,
you could do a test. You could try again and it'll probably come up with the same answer.
No, it's all about not going against a clinical validated diagnosis.
Yes.
So on the Samsung app, when I set it up last night, it asked me the same thing. Have you ever been diagnosed, yes or no?
Yeah, right.
Interestingly, the Samsung app only needs 2 nights out of 10. Yeah.
Really?
Because it told me this morning I'd done my first of 2 nights.
And so with the Apple, you need 10 out of 30.
10 out of 30,
wow. Is that just because they want to be more accurate or Samsung's testing is more precise?
I don't know, but I thought it was
interesting.
I thought it was an interesting.
You know what? It'd be a good idea to do both, isn't it?
Yeah,
we were in a position to do that. We should do it.
I showed this again on the Today Show this morning. You would have seen I have the Withings sleep analyzer. I've had that for years under my mattress.
That can't detect sleep apnea.
That can detect sleep apnea. Yeah. So I've had for years. My Withings app tells me.
So you don't have it?
Not according to Withings.
You're good. Okay.
Now I can tell you right now that snoring disturbances and stuff like that.
Is that sleep apnea?
No. Snoring is not sleep apnea.
Right, because
it can be a symptom.
My wife, Dr. Joe Fennick, reckons that because I can be a snorer. And, I don't know. Do you? Are you?
Yeah,
a snorer?
I can too. Yeah. But I'll tell you right now, Amanda,
that's not sleep apnea.
Amanda has told me I snore less when I lose weight.
Yeah, well, I think the same could be said for everybody.
And I think sleep apnea, one of the treatments is losing weight
loss. Yeah, wow.
Like if you've again,
what
not a doctor,
motivation.
But I think if you're overweight and you've got sleep apnea, you might have to go the mask thing. But if you lose that weight, it could be that you I don't want to say cured, but essentially
you could
reduce the risk, yes, or the severity,
yes,
of it. And I think, mate, I was talking to this doctor who works at Apple, I'm sitting there going, I said, I find it staggering that you are a doctor working at a tech company, and you obviously, I've spoken to them about hearing health, and we've got heart health, we've got all that, you've got crash detection, you've got all these things they're doing, and I don't think any of these things sell product. Same for Samsung. I don't think having sleep apnea detection sells a watch.
Yeah, but it's a feature that they want to have in their back pocket.
But isn't it admirable that both companies are doing and trying to make the world a better place in that sense?
Well, in terms of your health, definitely in terms of your health, because sleep apnea can lead to, as we said, bigger problems.
Yeah.
If it's not addressed, type 2 diabetes, and what did you say? Shortness of lifespan.
Yeah, a shortening of lifespan.
Yeah, that's a serious issue. They're right there. So I think as you know, the watch, Apple Watch, Samsung, the Galaxy Watches are all health and wellness products now. That's the focus of them. Yeah, they can track your fitness and all that too, but I think the selling point is the health and wellness aspect to it, where you can monitor your health, monitor your fitness.
Well, let's think about that. I think I turned to you last week at Samsung, and we're talking about the watch and the announcement. They've got a runners club and all this kind of stuff. Samsung's trying to pair running and sleeping as one feature of the watch, right?
Yeah.
Bring it all together because it's all one thing about wellness, as you said. Whereas your Garmin's and your Suntos, they're all about the tracking of the activity and the fitness, right?
Your sort of elite athlete.
No, but they're the people they want to convert. They want to convert them and go, actually, this can track all those things that I want. Plus, it can help me with these other things. But
at Samsung and now with Apple, the common theme is that sleep is central to good health.
Yeah,
good sleep equals good health.
It's not a good sign for me.
Yeah,
you know what's funny? I actually do sleep a lot now because I've just started going to bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock rather than getting 4 hours sleep.
Trevor's like a 7-year-old. You go to bed.
Remember the other day I was saying to you what time on Wednesday,
and you said, "Mate, I'm in bed." It was 7 o'clock. I'm thinking, what? Are you feeling ill? Yeah. We're planning this recording day, and you said, "Mate, I'm in bed. Talk to me tomorrow." It was 6:30 or something. I'm thinking, what?
You would have turned to John and go, "What about this idiot?"
This bloke's gone to bed. I think he's been sent to bed. He's been a naughty boy. He's been sent to bed early.
I just it's a different world we live in now. You know, you don't sit and watch TV like we used to when we were younger.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know if you still do that, but we
do. We have some shared shows that we watch.
Honestly, because I think the kids, especially with the kids now being old enough that they're all staying up till 8:30 or so, right?
Ooh.
So even on a school night, mate, I'm in bed hours before the kids. So even on during school, not holidays, if they're going to bed at 8:30, obviously that becomes 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mate, they're on the TV. Because I often, as I'm walking to bed, I often turn to the kids and they'll be on the lounge on their phones, and I go, "Oi, get off your phones and watch a show."
Yeah.
I'd prefer I keep saying to the kids, who's the magician I watched on Netflix?
Justin Willman.
So I text the whole family group after I watched Justin Willman, Magic Lover on Netflix. I text them on the plane and said, "Guys, just watch this. It's awesome." Yeah. And I said to Victoria last night, I said, "Bub, can you do me a favour? Watch it. I really think you'll love it." And I think she just rolled her eyes and went somewhere else, you know.
Hey.
But it's like, I don't sit and watch TV. We sit and watch TV for the kind of 2 hours before dinner and around that time. So I'll get home and we're in a Seinfeld phase again. So Seinfeld's just on.
Yeah.
And so we will sit.
Come Dine With Me. Joe loves Come Dine With Me. Have you seen that show?
No.
It's on one of the Samsung, Samsung channels.
Yeah.
There's a whole channel for Come Dine With Me. When she discovered
I'm too busy with Outback Truckers.
She lost her mind that there's a whole channel of Come Dine. It was like discovering plutonium. Amazing. Come Dine With Me is
Sadly,
a channel.
It's your kryptonite.
And the funny thing is that the music that plays, in the commercial break, it drives. It's like dead set water torture hearing that in the breaks all the time when she's listening to it. But no, she loves it. But there are channels for everything. But getting back to sleep though, does your missus then? She doesn't go to bed that early.
No, she goes to bed like 10 or 11 o'clock.
Right, so you're already 4 hours in.
I went to bed last night when she'd gone out to the PNC meeting. And I'm like, I'll see ya. I'm going to bed.
Righto. And so she went out. You went to bed before she went out?
Yes.
Wow.
She went to a PNC meeting.
Wow.
But
and
remember, I'm getting up at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
That's wild. Wow.
And look,
but you have you'd have to
sleep-
maintain that for
not
several
logged
days
in.
in a row, wouldn't you? Like you
I
can't just get up at 2:30 and then go to bed at midnight that day. You're awake for a whole day.
I'm pretty good at that. All right.
Okay.
But I'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm up super early. So tonight, I've been up early today. Tonight, I'll probably go to bed at more like 8 or 9 or maybe even 10 because I've got today extra tomorrow. So I definitely don't need to be up super early.
Right.
But I'll still get up at 6.
Okay. Yeah.
But just thinking, I'm just wondering whether this phone, I'm trying to find a phone because I'm using so many at the moment that's logged in. So because I've literally been using the Withings
Sleep
tracker for so long, my sleep quality by the month, why is it not
What's
showing?
your score, mate?
I don't know. That's weird. Might not be turned on. Yeah, so like I got an 84. Like,
Wow,
I
look
get some
at
good
you.
numbers. I get some green dots. I get some poor ones, but I get some
And
pretty
so
good
what's
numbers.
your average sleep? What are you? How long are you sleeping though?
Well, this says 7.5 hours.
Wow, that's massive sleep. But
Do you know-
I don't think I could sleep 7 hours if I tried. My body would be up, awake, boom, I'm ready.
The other thing I'm going to start testing that I haven't ever tested before, but I calibrated it yesterday, and we'll talk about why I'm changing on the Samsung Fold. And it turns out I got to recalibrate it on the Flip. Is blood pressure, because blood pressure is the one thing that my doctor wants me to work on. When we just agreed that I'd wait until I'd lost a bit of weight, and then we decide whether it was a problem or not, and I needed medication.
Yep.
And so because I've got the Withings blood pressure monitor, I could, because you've got to, with the Samsung Watch you can monitor blood pressure, but you've got to have synchronized
You've got to have synced it
first.
to a proper test.
So I did that last night. It's pretty amazing how it works.
Wow.
And so I want to measure that more often now. So I'm gonna set that up and work on that. So I'm gonna use the Samsung Watch for probably 2 weeks.
So you got a Withings blood pressure thing. I've got a little Omicron one. I think is that the brand Omicron?
Yeah,
I've got one of those.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use the Samsung Watch for a couple of weeks because I found it very uncomfortable wearing it to bed at night.
The watch.
Yeah.
I'm not a watch wearer.
Same.
But I use my watch as my alarm.
Yeah.
Not my phone. My watch is my alarm.
Yeah, that's a hard no from me.
Yeah. So I'd have to make sure it's got a decent. Although it's got a decent charge.
By the
in
way, beautiful watch.
it. It's nice. I love the classic.
Look at that bloody thing. Hang on, I'll make sure we're on you.
Classic.
Where are you? There. That, I'm telling you,
Very nice.
that's a gorgeous watch.
Loving it.
I really think they've nailed that.
Even Joe commented on that. She said that's a really nice watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so sleep. If you got an iPhone and Apple Watch Series 9,
you need
Series
to-
10, Ultra 2.
You need to up the latest
Update
watch
to the
OS, latest
latest
iOS
watchOS.
as well.
Yep.
Then it's all registered in the health app.
Then make sure you go into the health app and set up the sleep detection. Essentially, you need to already be tracking
We've
your
put
sleep.
instructions on our website. So
I haven't.
I've got full instructions.
I've just
on how to do
assumed
it.
you're smart enough to work it out for yourself.
Yeah, I just
folks.
put it on the bottom of my story.
And set it up. And if you're
and
you're
the
in
other thing before we go, Trev, how the bloody hell do you spell apnea?
Oh.
You know,
well, I
I've
didn't
seen
know
it
until
two
you came
different
today
ways.
that Australia spells it differently.
On Tech Guide, I've got a photo of an Apple Watch saying sleep apnea detected, and it's spelled apnea, APNEA.
Yeah.
But on the Apple emails and releases today, they spell it APNOEA.
Like,
So is
I
that-
looked it up. That's the UK Australian spelling. So,
So
obviously
with the
UK.
O's in there.
Yeah.
So
Now,
get
I'm a
rid
big
of-
supporter of Australian UK spelling on things like the word colour.
Colour with a U in it.
But
Yeah.
America wins this one. It's a
reckon?
very rare call.
So you're in favour of not having the O.
What's the O for?
Shorter.
I'll tell you another one everyone gets. Celiac.
Oh.
It's spelt differently in America to here. We have an O here. It's celiac here.
Oh.
There's an O. There's a random O in
So
celiac.
we love putting the O's in.
Yeah, on health things, we love whacking an O in there.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Arnott's.
Yep.
Gluten-free chicken crimpies. That's a big win.
Was that the shapes? Were they the shapes?
Yeah,
Oh,
huge
right.
news.
Oh, because
Huge
it's
news.
popular in the Long household. Is
Oh, mate. So
it? I think your missus even posted that.
Yeah. So they sent me a box yesterday, but they sent me here to the office, and it was sitting over there on the table.
Did you smash it?
And Amanda said, "I'm trying to find something for Vivi to do today because she's, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I wanted to get her out." I said, "Well," and she goes, "I'm about to go to office work. She won't come with me." I said, "Maybe come by here," and I sent Amanda only a photo of the thing.
Yeah.
So Amanda pulls up out the front. I see the car on the screen.
Yeah.
Victoria opens the door. She goes, "Dad." I went, "Hi." And she goes, "Mum told me to come in." I went, "Well, come in."
Yeah.
She goes, "Do I need to get something?" She got like a teenager mopey. I went, I think the coffee table. And she lit up, because like chicken crimpies was the snack that we would have in the house. We love chicken crimpy shapes.
Yep.
They're the best shape. And now the celiacs can have them too.
Celiacs, so
Huge
gluten-free.
news.
Gluten-free.
$5.50 though, $1.50 more than your traditional
Mate.
chicken crimpies, and a lot less in the box.
If you're a celiac, you've got to be doing very
Mate,
well.
the government
to
should be
ensure.
funding celiac families. The amount extra we have to pay. I'm not
Really?
joking, mate.
Really?
The amount extra
Wow.
we pay on bread, like just staples, right? Don't pay for my chicken crimpies.
Yeah.
But bread and pasta and just things
Yeah,
that,
right.
like it's more expensive to live.
Why? There's less in it. It should be cheaper.
There's not less
Is
in
it?
it. There's a different ingredient, and the different
Ah.
ingredient is probably more scarce or whatever.
Right.
And they've got to have different factories. Like it's not they can run it through the same factory.
God.
Anyway,
how
we-
demanding are these celiacs?
We digress
Jeez.
pretty heavily. All right, welcome to
We were talking
sleep
about
apnea
sleep
testing,
before,
everyone.
sleep, and we
if
got
you're
to that.
if you're an
Wow.
Android user, you can buy a Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 or Watch 8 Classic from
Yep.
August 1, and you can test for sleep apnea.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Yes, Apple.
You're trying
We were
to
talking
read your own writing?
I was, yes. Apple Store in Hornsby. Is that right? Hornsby?
Hornsby, Westfield.
The one closest to Trevor. Apple is closing that store down.
I'll tell you how old that store is. This will only work for. This is not a listener information. This is for Stephen only. That store's so old it was from the Fiona days.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember going to the opening of the Apple store at Hornsby. It was 2011. So Jackson was like 4,
Wow.
maybe 5, and I remember taking Jackson. I remember getting the shirt. You know, the
Yes,
shirts.
yes.
They used to hand out
Still
a
got
shirt.
them.
I think
Yeah.
I've still got the. I think
What was
Jackson
that
might
shirt,
have
the
it.
Hornsby
It was
one?
just a black shirt. It had an Apple logo and Hornsby on the back at the top.
Yeah, I've got one from Broadway. I've got one from the Sydney
Bondi?
store. Bondi. I've got one from Boston when I went to the Boston store.
Yeah,
opening.
right.
Yeah, 2008 when they just took me. I was
Now,
the
look-
only journalist they took.
I'm not saying Hornsby's a big hub in Sydney.
Yeah.
But the idea here is that the Chatswood Chase, so Chatswood in the lower north shore of Sydney, big, huge area,
Yeah.
huge shopping area. There's an Apple store there that's currently closed for renovations because the whole shopping centre is being renovated. That is reopening in October. And at the same time it reopens, the Hornsby store's lease is up and they're not renewing it. So Apple
that's
has
in Westfield.
chosen.
Is it
yeah,
in Westfield?
It's in Westfield.
Could it have something to do with Westfield sort of trying to play hardball and jack the rent up and stuff like that? Like, because I talked to a lot of store owners in East Gardens, and Westfield, their rents are pretty high, and they look at you how
Well, put
much
it
money
this
you
way.
make and all that. And
If that's the case,
Yeah.
then Westfield have lost their mind.
Well, there
let's
you
talk
go.
about anchor
Yeah.
tenants. You talk about Woolworths and Coles, they're anchor tenants,
of course,
right?
yeah, and
And
they'd have. I reckon they'd have mates rates too. That's what brings people to the centre.
For sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We only go to Hornsby because you're going to the big store, right?
Yep.
And Hornsby lost Myer a few years
Oi.
ago, like a 2-level Myer. So now that's a TK Maxx and a Harvey Norman. And that's the first time we've had a Harvey Norman within Cooey of here, which is awesome.
Okay.
But the Apple store at Hornsby was pretty big, but it was also, I don't know, just weirdly placed, second level. It was not something you just walk by. You had to
It's
want to go there.
destination store. You gotta go there on
Whereas
purpose.
they're more likely to, think about, they just opened a new Perth store, right? This thing is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a la some of the ones we've seen around the world. Like
Yeah,
we're talking
right.
London and stuff, right?
Wow.
It's an old bank building. They've fully restored it with, the brass doors. It's
Yeah, wow.
beautiful
Nice.
in the centre of Perth.
Did you see the one in Brooklyn? Brooklyn App Store is beautiful.
no, I
It's on the end. It's on the sort of. It looked like the Flatiron
yes, I
building.
did, yes.
On the corner there.
Yeah.
It looked really nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
But,
so they
I think-
decided. no
I'm
more.
pretty sure this is the first Apple store in Australia to close.
That's closed. Wow. So it was sort of part of the initial wave.
it was very
Now
early
gonna
in.
be-
I don't know how dates on them all opening, but I'm going to say it was
Yeah.
in the first 10.
Wow.
And now
So-
there's 22 stores. There'll be 21 after October.
Okay, but Hornsby's going to be absorbed into Chatswood.
Yeah,
Chatswood, which is being renovated right now,
Yeah.
will open.
All the
big, brand new
staff will be
store.
offered to work at Chatswood or any other store. Now,
Right.
Hornsby people will probably just go to Castle Hill, which is closer than
Oh,
Chatswood.
they're going there too.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a pretty decent store.
Right.
But it's like the Central Coast of New South Wales. They've got to now go a lot further to get to an Apple store. I don't know. I just
Because
feel like
Hornsby up their way. Yeah, true.
I feel like
although there's also stores within a store. So you go to JB,
it's not the same.
Harvey's. There's like a little store within the store. I
not
know
the
it's not the same, but it's something.
Especially for the demographic of the elderly who love face-to-face
The
service,
setup,
and that's
yeah,
something.
true.
But it's funny how people
Today at
just
Apple,
don't
right.
understand. The comments in some of the Facebook groups were mad. I saw a bloke going, "Well, they never look like they're working anyway. They're just standing around." Mate, that's because there's way more staff than ever should be in a retail
more staff
store.
than customers.
You go next door and there's one person working in whatever store is there, right? That's the way Apple does it.
That's one thing about Apple stores, you're never short of someone there to help you. Like I went to Myer. Where was I? Myer? I was sort of shopping for clothes and that. No one. You could fire a gun in there and not hit anyone.
Yeah.
There's no staff around to help you. You got a question. I'm looking around for someone. There's no one there.
Now, against the Apple retail strategy is how the hell do you buy something? Like if you've got it if you take it off a shelf and go, I want to buy this. Yeah. Where do I go? Like you got to. There's no counter to go to. You've got to literally approach someone. Which is obviously my social anxiety. That's my worst nightmare. Having to actually say to someone, "Can I buy this?
Can I buy this?"
And they'll either just pull out the little PDA iPhone that'll do it, or they'll point you to someone who can. It's just
there's no counter, is it? No. Yeah, every table's a counter.
Yes,
because there's like little
secret drawers with printers in them. It's an amazing setup.
Yeah. But no, it's all, they got handheld and they're iPhones. There'd be iPhones.
Yeah, they're all little iPhones.
Yeah, little iPhones. But they scan you, the barcode.
I noticed the good people at Mac Rumors decided to thank you for linking back to me though too.
Yeah.
How would I find that story? Because they did, they did mention some other stores
around the world
had also closed. Yeah.
Really? Where else?
Well, give me a minute to find the article.
Would have been America. Would have been
Talk
one
amongst
of them.
yourself.
Yeah, one of them.
Their website's very.
But this is the first. Hornsby's the first Australian store to shut.
Apple store near Sydney permanently closing. Repeating all my news. Well done. On the other hand, Apple continues. So reading the internet. Sorry, folks. Permanently close in less than 3 years. They reckon it's the fifth store to close in less than 3 years. They closed the store in Bristol, England, next month.
Yeah.
Closed the store in the Chicago suburb of Northbrook in April.
Yeah.
And in 2023, the company permanently closed its Infinite Loop and Royal Hawaiian stores.
That was where the original office was.
Yeah.
Royal Hawaiian. Remember we went there. Remember the Infinite Loop. Remember the initial
I'm
Apple
surprised
campus.
they closed that. But I guess no one goes there anymore, do they?
Well, it's not Apple anymore, is it?
Is it? No, it's still Apple.
Is Infinite Loop still Apple offices?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I actually went there last time we were there. I was at Dub last year. I went to that store to look for stuff.
And do they have stuff?
Yeah. Different. I think we were after not the Ted Lasso stuff, some other stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They always have. So like this year at Dub there was this jumper. I think it had Think Different. Like it had an old slogan on it. Yeah. People were buying that
at the Cupertine, at the headquarters store,
at the HQ store. Yeah,
at the visitor centre.
Anyway, R.I.P. Apple Hornsby.
Yeah,
your time has come.
Is Samsung going to open up more stores, or what are they going to do? Are they going to see this as an opportunity?
I don't think so.
Imagine if Samsung said, "You know what? We'll take that store." Imagine that. That'd be funny.
Microsoft
said, "We'll take it."
It just won't happen, unfortunately.
No. Is it a big store? How big is it?
It's got a solid width.
Yeah,
it's got girth, not depth.
Right. I get you. I hear. So we're talking. Have you been to a Broadway store? Is it about that size?
It's more like
about
Broadway, probably. Yeah.
So it'd be like the width of one level of the Sydney store.
Yeah.
That wide.
Yeah.
But it's all one level.
Yes.
But a bit deeper.
A little bit deeper.
Bigger.
Yeah. Use the stairs as store. And you've got the depth.
Yeah, understand.
Anyway, that's it.
Wow.
From, Apple News.
So see you later, Apple Hornsby.
Farewell, Apple Hornsby. I might go and check it out one last time before it goes.
When's it closing?
October.
Oh, so you got a bit of time.
I've got a bit of time.
Are they going to have some farewell sales or anything? Or they won't do that, will they?
But you know what was funny? I found my original story about it, which was on yourtechlife.com. So I had to quickly find a few images to fill in the story because they weren't on the server anymore.
Oh, no.
And I didn't realise that I did a YouTube video.
Wow.
I had a YouTube video on like a different channel. So I've got a video of the store opening of people running in.
Oh, wow.
Like from 14 years ago. Like,
wow.
I'd love to identify the guy that ran in first. He was on a FaceTime call.
Had 14 years worth of use. 14 and a half.
It's a long run.
Yeah.
Right, Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
And we do it all thanks to the good people at Netgear. Netgear.com.au is the place to go to find out more. That's all you got to do. If you're interested or curious about networking, then Netgear can cover you off right there. You can also buy direct from Netgear on their website, which is a great way to go because it ships to your door and then you've got the best Wi-Fi. Now, with NBN speeds increasing in September, you should be thinking about whether or not your Wi-Fi is up to it. So if you're on like one of the 100 plus plans, you're about to get some serious speeds in September. So make sure you're getting those speeds across your whole Wi-Fi network. A Netgear Orbi system will ensure that you get those speeds in every part of your home. So you've got the router and the NBN connection over one side of the home. You've got the TV over there. Make sure you've got Orbi here, there, and in between to create a dome of Wi-Fi to give you the best speeds in every room in the house and keep everyone in the family happy. That's what Netgear do. And you can find out more at their website, netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
You're right over
I
there.
can't find my phone.
You've lost your phone.
Where's it gone? Oh, no, that's my wallet. No, I must have left it over on the table.
Wow. Are you so worried about it?
No,
What's the issue?
we're going to be talking about it. I wanted to have it in my hand.
Oh, well, do you want to disconnect and go and get it?
I'm going to go look for it.
Okay, well, I'll single shot then. And,
I'm going to look for it.
Okay, it's going to take forever to get his headphones back in now because he should have just disconnected. Anyway, we were going to talk about, can you get my Fold off my desk as well, please, Stephen, over there? We're going to talk about the Samsung Fold and Flip, which were announced a week ago, and we are now in possession of. So, look, from my point of view, I went straight to the Fold because I thought I've bagged it for 7 years. I may as well give it another crack. And it is, to anyone you show, it is a utterly remarkable device. Look at that, folks. Like that is crazy thin. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. If you're listening, it makes no sense, but just visualize something super, super thin, and it's not me. It's the phone in front of me. Look, I'm doing my best, but it's nothing.
I'm back.
It's nothing like this. Welcome back, Stephen. Great to have you company. Look, I'm going to tell you straight up the things that I don't love about it. Because I think it's important to be real about this.
So you're talking Fold? You started
Fold,
that first.
I'm on Fold. So
Yes.
I'll switch to the Flip. We'll talk about it briefly. But I just want to give you my headline news on this thing, right? It's bloody hard to open. I handed this to someone today who went, and they looked at it, this is unbelievable. And then they went like this. They try and open. And then they turned it over thinking it was the other side. Mate, it's not easy to open.
Yeah, it's because it's thinner.
It is
you
not,
can't get purchase on it.
It used to be that the edges were curved, so you get a little bit of purchase from your thumbs in there kind of thing.
Well,
you don't get that anymore.
It actually takes some getting used to. Like I can now open it.
Mate,
I just tried to open it there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, it does take some getting used to.
It takes some getting used to.
If the problem is that it's too thin to open, I think that's not a bad thing.
Well, here's the other problem.
Yeah.
It's not as thin as they say it is.
No? Oh, you mean because there's a slight bend in it, isn't there?
No,
Is that
I
right
measured it. It's 4.5 mils.
What?
Now, okay, call my measurements.
What do they say? 4.2?
4.2. Now, the other thing is this enormous, and I described it in my article as the goiter Elaine encountered when volunteering with senior citizens. This makes it 14 point something millimetres.
Yeah.
It's huge. And I'll tell you why that's a problem while we're on the wide shot.
Yeah. You got the.
It's bouncy as all hell on your desk. So if you're sitting it next to you,
flat,
forget when it's flat, right? Because most people hold it like this, and this is how they close it, and they sit it down on their desk, right? It's sitting on your desk. You get a notification. You tap the screen. It's wobbling on the desk.
Yeah. I haven't found that to be an issue, to be honest. I've had it on my desk a fair bit, and
I'm so annoyed by it.
When it's on my desk at home, I often have this. I just click when I get a call. I answer the call and put it on speaker, so it's always on my desk. But no, I'm not tapping it constantly like you are. Then it's just sitting there. So unless I'm playing a game or something, it's going to be annoying. But you normally have it in your hand. I haven't found that to be an issue. Opening it, I can understand. It does take some getting used to do that because it's so thin. It's just hard to, and that's the word we use, to get purchase, to get the grip on it. So it is a little bit. I find that it's what people make the mistake of doing is putting their fingers in the same spot. You need to need to have it in different spots one up higher and one lower. So that's one half day work, and you're fine. For me, it was anyway. I'm pretty sure a user, they're not gonna. That's not a deal breaker. But if you having to get used to opening,
none of these things are deal breakers. They're just important, before you buy it.
Yeah.
The thing that is most remarkable, though, is I barely need to open it because it's got such a big bloody front screen.
Mate.
Like, why am I opening this device? The only time I've genuinely done it not for review purposes was that visit I made when I was driving. Well, it was a different show. We were talking about it. I drove Amanda and her aunt somewhere, and I was going to charge the car, but in the end, I just sat in the car.
Yeah.
The supercars were on, so I just sat, the phone open on the steering wheel, KO up the top, WhatsApp on one corner, messages on the other, so I could see the messages without getting out of the app.
Yep.
Like it was just good to see everything in one go. Pretty cool.
That's genius.
If you're not split screening it, then I don't understand why you would open the phone because
playing games. I play a lot of games on it.
You play games. I didn't even know. I didn't even know you played games.
Simple games like block games and Sudoku and Wordle.
This is an Instagram post and then when I open it up, the same Instagram post, I'm seeing less.
Yeah, but you can go in the settings and choose your aspect ratio for each app. There are some apps that are built to adapt to the screen inside, and there are other apps that you can choose what. Like I got TikTok when I'm looking at TikTok on the inside, and I'll open it up now and show you. So it sort of, see how it cuts in each side. It's sort of like this. So both of it, yeah. Whoops.
What a great TikTok to bring us all to.
BookTok. But it's see how it's sort of in on both sides.
Hang on, let me bring you up here, Stephen.
So it's coming. So normally that would be widescreen. So just to get the full view of it.
Well, that's the other thing. It is up to the app developers.
So whether they can have it to suit it, or you go in and choose.
Flight Radar, for example, when I was plane spotting with Harry, I went, "Oh, mate, this is going to be unbelievable." Open it up, and it's just a narrow thing on the screen. You got to press a button, and it relaunches the app because the app isn't built to resize.
Right.
So. There's a bit of that still. Even 6.5 years in, there's still a bit of work to be done from the app community.
That's the thing, They've been at this a while, and I'm surprised, I'll be frank, I'm very surprised it's taken them that long to get to this point. There's been years where you and I have sat at upgrades, and it's been incremental upgrades and processor improvements and slightly thinner, slightly different, but... in a year, I don't think I've seen as big a change from last year to this year.
I don't think. I think we both know this phone has been sitting on a shelf ready to go for at least a year and a half.
Because the word is that Apple is thinking about going foldable next year.
And this phone, I think, birthed the S25 Edge. I think I think they're two separate teams at Samsung. The Foldables team, the Z team, and the S team, right? And they're just working away on devices. And then I think someone at the S team was called across to the Z team, and they went, "Wait, what the hell?
Look how thin that is."
And then they told the S team, and they went, "Give us all that technology." And they went, "Whoa, wait until we're ready." And so they've done it all in 1 year. I think the Z team, the Fold team, created this ability. And the Samsung now adopted that. And by the way, if I hear another Australian TikToker call it a Z Fold, I'll lose my mind.
Yeah.
Play to the Aussies. Okay, stop being a global.
It's a Z, baby.
It's a Z.
Z's
what
dead.
Are we doing?
That's even in Pulp Fiction. Zed's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm finished.
So hang on a minute. So just before you finish with that, so your criticism is that it was hard to open for half a day.
No, it was hard to open for the 5 days I used it. Okay. I hated it.
But I reckon go the what do you call that? The where your grips are different. You're not parallel grips. So you don't be trying to open all these. Trying to open it with your thumbs different points.
Yeah, and the camera bump's too big. Right. We need to get what they need to. That camera bump should be across. It's the same way as like a Pixel.
Yeah, right.
So it's
stabilised. Yeah, right.
Yeah, then it wouldn't be doing that.
Design-wise, they wanted to keep that the same. But
I'm just saying, I think that's poor design. I think it's poor design.
No,
what was on the desk.
Yeah, I really like it. I think this is a winner. This is, and I've said this in everything I've said on radio and on Tech Guide and everywhere, that this is the phone that will bring this into the mainstream. This will be, before it's been a fan device and a niche device. People can look, because think before they were bulky and heavy.
Yeah.
Look at it now, you think, wow, that's really
this
really
will bring
thin
it
and light.
As far into the mainstream as Samsung can do on their own.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean?
And then when Apple comes out,
yeah. Well, of course, mate. Hey,
it'll be like
Apple comes out. I reckon Samsung will be thinking, bring it on.
Samsung have already
let's go.
They've already got an ad. Ready
to go.
All they got to do is update the number of years.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? You can imagine the ad. Oh, look, this is amazing.
Apple suddenly discovered foldable phones.
Here's what I did on the radio all this week. People would say, is Apple going to do it? I said, listen, what's going to happen when Apple does it is Samsung's going to go, we've been doing this for 7 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what they're going to do.
But I reckon it was like talking to, remember Thomas Dexmere, the boss of HTC VR? And I was saying, I was almost apologetic, saying, mate, I'm really sorry, Apple, what are they going to do? He goes, mate, I love it. Bring it on. That's going to make everyone want to talk about VR.
Yeah.
And I reckon this is going to be the same. The foldable, the rising tide lifting all the boats. Like, people are thinking, wow. And we already know from sources within Samsung telling us that if there's one device that Apple customers switch to, It's this. It's a foldable.
30% of fold.
There you go. Coming from other platforms.
Are new to the Galaxy family.
There you have it. So you don't reckon that this is going to generate a bit of excitement in this whole category?
Yeah. So I switched to the Flip today. So over the next couple of weeks, I'll work that one out. But I already love it more.
You're already a fan of that, right?
I just think it's such a great
that had you at hello.
How is this not what the iPhone will be?
Yeah. I think that what do you reckon? So Apple will go folding in half rather than a book?
I don't see the demand for the book.
I can't see Apple putting out a device that's similar to the iPad mini. Imagine the Apple doing iPad mini, kiss it goodbye, that's right here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just don't. Here's why I don't think that's a tablet, because of the aspect ratio. It's almost a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. Tablets need to be widescreen.
Maybe.
So that's why a smartphone.
I'll try something here with you, right?
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's agree on something to go
on my Fold.
Yeah. No. On the Flip. No. Stay on the Flip.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
So go to what can we?
I'm there. James, I'm just on. It's basically my YouTube is now Sopranos YouTube.
Just go. Actually, go to EFTM. Go to EFTM and go to a.
What have I done? I've pressed the wrong. I hope I haven't changed any of the screens here. I pressed.
Go to the latest EV show.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And press play and go full screen.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, hello. Turn that down.
I've turned mine down. So I've turned. So you've shown me your full screen.
Yeah.
And there's my full screen.
This is great concept, great radio, as we say.
So look at the difference, right?
If I just pick a camera, hang on, sorry, I'll pick yours.
Yeah, so see here how your picture is only a little bit smaller than mine. Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
And I've actually turned that sideways. So if I go this way, I can fully go in, right? So let me go all the way out. Let's go all the way out again.
Yeah, but the benefit of the Fold is 100% the ability to open an app underneath that.
Yeah. So
without question.
So if you're watching a movie, like it's got 21:9 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
So it's you're getting still good value with that.
Yeah.
Now, you're right. The strength of this, I reckon, is not watching content. It's multitasking.
100%.
And choosing, if you wanted to go, let's go full in on Trevor. Just go full size. Boom.
Oh, wow.
You can go all the way in or all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the benefit that people don't realise about something like the Flip or Fold, if you look at the Flip here, for example, I'm watching a video. When you flip it, I can sit it now down and be watching that video on the desk.
Well, you can do that
or on a plane.
You can do that too.
Those are the things that people need to see more of to really understand.
But I think too, like with this, if you're into your selfies and your photography, so your creative photography, that's you all day, because you can angle it to take your photos. You can do all kinds of things.
Is that you, Stephen?
Did it take it? Because you got.
Oh no! You did that.
If you do your hand gesture, there you go. So me putting my palm up.
I'll see how far away I can get my hand.
Oh, there you go. Do you like to see the timer, how it goes towards the cameras? Makes you look at the camera?
What I love, and you won't be able to see it, is around the cameras, when you switch from video to photo mode, there's this little animation.
So video makes it turn red, is that right?
Well, it goes white, but whenever you switch modes. But when you hit record on the video,
it's red.
If I hit record on this video, you won't be able to see it in the wide shot, but it goes red around the cameras.
Maybe we should have a top-down camera for this one.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Just a suggestion, mate. Just if we talk about products.
Yeah.
Something else to switch to up there.
Yeah. I won't be able to stop thinking about that now.
Just an idea, mate. I have it when I do my videos. I've got a top-down video in when I do my review videos. So I don't have to do any B-roll. It's all there. I can do it all in one go. And rather than having to cut anything, it's just sort of me switching live and showing you top-down.
I'll get a top-down camera when we get 10x the video views.
10x the video. Oh, there you go. There's a challenge. 10x the video views. Okay.
Yeah. Tell
your friends, everybody. Tell your people.
Anyway, we'll have more to say about the folding and flipping phones over the weeks and months ahead, because there's reviews to do. But for now, that's this week's episode of Two Blokes Talking
Some
Tech.
Value there, don't you reckon, mate? What's that?
I was very slouched. Look at me there. I'm so slouched.
Hour and 12. You were telling me I was slouched before in the EV show.
Well, you were last week, I noticed.
I was just doing this though, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least I was awake.
Thanks for your support, folks. Thank you to Arlo and Netgear, and we'll do it all again next week, I reckon, Stephen. We've got a few weeks back home.
Yeah, great to have our feet on the ground again.
Yeah, for a little while. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I got invited to somewhere next week. I went, listen, I just got home.
Next week.
So listen, you got to call earlier than next. 1 week
mate.
is not enough notice.
Come on.
Okay?
You'll pay for my divorce.
Yeah.
Otherwise, is that right? Just pay for my lawyer, my divorce lawyer.
See you, mate.
See you later.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.